lovely it is to be together. Just to be together. We know now not to take that for granted. So thank you, every single one of you, for being here, for sharing some of your rainy Sunday with me. This scene means so much to me, and I will bank it away in my treasure trove of memories, and I will take it out from time to time, and I will remember how lucky I am, how blessed I am to be a part of this extraordinary congregation. We have just begun the week, which begins with the words in Torah, Behar, on a mountain. And today I feel like I'm standing on a mountain peak looking across the sea of beautiful faces and recalling your stories. I know your stories, and I want to thank you for trusting me with your stories. I know you, and I care about you very much. And I thank you for sharing this life with me. I want to, right off the bat, express my gratitude to our co-chairs of today's celebration, Martha Cass and Phyllis. They have brought their creativity and their smarts and many, many hours to dream up this joyful simcha. There are only a few Torontonians who know me from childhood. Phyllis Cincinnatus is one of them. She was my camp counselor at Golden Indian Camp in Zionsville, Indiana. And Phyllis makes everything beautiful and joyful at Holy Blossom. All the festivals, Sukkot and Hanukkah and Purim, she knows how to make a party. And when I first came to Holy Blossom, Rabbi Marmer gave me a business card, and he said, I'd like for you to reach out to this nice young couple. They were Randy Cass and his fiancée, Martha. And I laughed out loud because Randy and I also knew each other from summer camp days. And the two of them became fast friends for Adam and for me. We have raised our children together, and I treasure our friendship. President Phyllis Denberg made a brilliant decision when she invited Phyllis and Martha to co-chair this celebration, and I'm so grateful for them and the many volunteers and professionals who knocked themselves out to make today so delightful. So, I've already said this once or twice this weekend. On the one hand, 25 years, I really can't believe it. And I've heard many of you say the same thing. You remember when I showed up on your doorstep, you remember early occasions together, and it's just hard to believe how much time has gone by. And then on the other hand, I look at everything we have built, and everything we have experienced, everything we have endured together, everything we have created together, everything we have accomplished together. And then I think, you know what? This is what 25 years looks like. This is a quarter of a century of sacred Jewish life. I want to name the past presidents who have served this and led this holy congregation throughout my tenure. Maurice Cooper, who brought me, Dr. Barry Borden, who helped to bring our three sons into the covenant. Sheila Smokin, David Baskin, Alan Garfinkel, Barry Silver, Alav Hashalom, Larry Babbins, Mark Anshin, Dr. Harvey Shipper, Joan Garson, Judy Winberg, Avra Rosen, and Phyllis Denberg. Let's hear it for them. I also wish to name today past presidents Nancy Ruth, Aleha Shalom. She was the chair of the search committee that brought me to Holy Blossom. Elliot Jacobson, who has been good counsel and always encouraging when I needed it. And Gordy Wolf, Aleha Shalom. Yes, and we also have, Gordy was the committee of one, the pulpit committee of one, and he really watched over all of us. And And today, the chair of that public committee is Lisa Taylor. Where is Lisa? She was here. I want you to know she's one of the people who does this quiet work behind the scenes that becomes the bedrock of the congregation. So when you see Lisa, please thank her as well. And then I want to call into memory the original team of rabbis, cantors, educators, and executive directors who welcomed me 25 years ago. They helped to shape me as a rabbi. Dov Marmor, alav shalom. Today his memory is so much a part of everything that I am and everything I feel responsible for. Rabbi John Moskowitz, Cantor Benny Meisner, Michelle Lynn, Gary Kozin, who I think might be here as well, Bambi Cates and Dalia Alaluf, and Rabbi Gunter Plaut, alav shalom. And then came more travel companions. You remember them too. Rabbi Jason Rosenberg, Rabbi Eddie Goldfarb, Rabbi Karen Tomashow, Benjamin Applebaum, Bibi Jacobs, Debbie Spiegel, Rabbi Terry Appleby, Russ Joseph, alav shalom, Rabbi Jordan Helfman, Ron Polster, Rabbi Zachary Goodman, and Rabbi Bill Tepper. Yes, those are all the people who have been traveling with me or hiking up this Behar, this mountain on which we stand today. And then we have today's team. These are the extraordinary professional leaders of the congregation today. They bring their talents and their commitments every day, every night, every weekday, every weekend. They are cantorial soloist Lindy Rivers, cantor David Rosen, Rachel Malik, Lisa Eisenbaumel, Rabbi Sam Kay, Rabbi Eliza McCarroll, and just this week, joining us, Rabbi-to-be Taylor Baruchel. Forgive me, it's a long list after 25 years, but I also want to name the assistants who have supported me with all the endless details. Olivia D'Souza, you might remember her. She showed me the ropes before she retired. She stayed on just to help me get settled. And Cynthia Silverman-Samu, I saw her. She saw me through 3 pregnancies and kept everything running during 3 maternity leaves. Roseanne Mason and the incredible Joanne Beeman. Joanne makes everything go. And we speak in shorthand and sometimes just in glances as I'm racing past her desk 1,000 times a day. She is the anchor in my office, and ever since her arrival, Joanne has been a true partner. So then there are all the teams and tiers of volunteers and all the wings of temple life. Too many to name, but you know who you are, and I know who you are. Whether you've served on the board, whether you lead a daily minyan, or quietly go off to lead a Shiva minyan, whether you volunteer to greet our seniors in the middle of the week, and on and on and on. This is the sacred work that we share in building a Kehillah Kedoshah, a sacred congregation, going from mitzvah to mitzvah. I hope you will help me to continue in that work, to raise up the next generation so that they can make their contributions and feel the rewards of participating in congregational life. It's a weekend of traditions. Some of you watched the coronation. Some of you cheered at the Kentucky Derby. Well, we also have our rituals and our ways of marking time. What's different about this, what's always different here in a synagogue community, is that we are not only after celebration, we are also after sanctification. That is the business we're in. When Jews get together to celebrate with a Shehechianu, with a L'chaim, with a Hora, it is a sacred occasion meant to honor the sacred in life. You have been my teachers. You, my congregation, have taught me about Kedusha, what holiness is. You are my teachers every time you invite me into a life cycle moment, every baby naming and bris, every b'nai mitzvah, every chuppah, every bedside, every graveside. In these moments, we affirm this God-given life and our desire to somehow make it sacred. So Jewish life is about sanctification. It also requires creativity. And that's something that I've come to notice over these 25 years. And you can see all the little creative touches in music, in the arts, in dance. That is part of the delight of Holy Blossom Temple. In 1856, 17 families decided, with their good imaginations, that it was time to bring a synagogue to this young city. But never in their wildest dreams could they have imagined a flourishing congregation like this. Never in their wildest dreams could they have imagined that they would be the launching pad, the springboard for the Toronto Jewish community, which is known the world over for its commitment. I am so proud of this congregation, of all that we stand for, all that we are, and all that we are becoming. I want to thank the donors. You also know who you are. Whether it's $18 or many, many more zeros, you are the ones who quietly, steadily express your belief in Holy Blossom Temple. You invest with confidence in what we are doing here. And I want to thank you for being my partners in bringing this vision to a reality. Now, I'm going to skip ahead because we already have this fantastic announcement, which actually just blows my mind. David and Joan. We are in the period of the Omer, when we study Pirkei Avot. There it is written that Rabbi Shimon taught us, Shlosha Ketarim Kain, that a person can wear 3 crowns in life. There is the Keter Torah, the crown of Torah, which is your leadership shown through wisdom and knowledge and laser-sharp focus. And then there is the Keter Kehuna, the crown of, well, let's call it priesthood. I don't want to make you uneasy with that, but that's the direct translation. And that is the leadership that comes from the trust of the community. When you say you're going to do something, you do something and you see it through. And you're not in it for the glory, you're not in it for the praise, you're in it for getting the job done. And I admire you for it. There is no one you want in your corner more than David Baskin and Joan Garson. And then there is the Keter Malchut, the crown of kingship, royalty, which each of you have worn as presidents of Holy Blossom Temple. You're the only couple that each took a turn leading the congregation as our presidents, but you also wear the Keter Malchut when you serve the Reform movement of North America and in Israel and bringing leadership throughout the diaspora. I admire you so much for it. And then there is, according to Rabbi Shimon, there is a 4th crown, the Keter Shem Tov. That is the crown of a good name. And Rabbi Shimon teaches us, Ole al Gabehen, that this is the Keter, this is the crown that surpasses all the others. And it actually has nothing to do with leadership. It has to do with humanity, with character, with integrity and goodness and generosity of spirit. And so it is my great honor to have your Shem Tov, your good names, now attached to mine, as I am now the Baskin Garson Senior Rabbinic Chair. And last but not least, some of my family has come to celebrate with us this weekend. My parents, Rabbi Don and Rabbi Splansky from Boston. My in-laws, Rich and Roberta Saul from Connecticut. My sister-in-law and forever friend, Rabbi Felicia Saul, has come from New York City just for the day. Thank you for being here. Your presence makes today feel like much more than a professional milestone, but also a personal simcha and a family simcha. I admire how each one of you has made your contributions to lead your corner of the Jewish world. We are each doing our part as best we know how. Adam and I came to Toronto in 1998 thinking we would be here for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and then we would make our way back to New England or someplace closer to family. But then one thing led to another, and the city got a hold of us, and this congregation got a hold of us. But we have missed sharing ordinary days with our families. We have special days. We have smachot, we have holidays, but we don't have the ordinary days together. And that has been a loss. Without our family here, this congregation has helped to raise our children. Being a rabbi's kid is all I have ever known, but it is an unusual way to grow up. It is a strange kind of blessing to know your family is wrapped up day and night, every day of the week, with the congregation. And I know for certain that Abishai, Eli, and Jesse are who they are because of how this village, I raised my voice, that's what happened. This village called Holy Blossom Temple has helped to shape them. And now each one of them, each in his own way, is helping to shape the congregation in turn. And that is a great point of pride for me, seeing them step into their own leadership. And then there's Adam. None of this would be if it weren't for the unusually generous person that he is. He is my partner in everything. You are my partner in everything, including in serving and leading this congregation for 25 long and short years. So thank you, Adam, for walking this beautiful and crazy road with me. You are my everything. Yom Ze L'Yisrael. Ze Hayom Asa Adonai, Nagila V'nismach Bo. This is the day that God has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.